So turn it on.
and then you push start.
Sweet.
So
Nice, Roland. I'm impressed. I thought it was dying. It was so quiet.
Oh.
I thought it was dying, but it's actually that's how quiet it is.
Well, what you heard at first where it was stuttering, that was the choke. It's
Yeah,
got
okay.
automatic choke. So, yeah, at
Nice.
first like half a second, it's going to stutter.
It's showing 12.3 volts.
No, that's 124 volts.
124. Oh, gotcha. 123 volts. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I keep thinking 12-volt system. It's
No,
yeah.
it's
And it's got the low oil and it's got the overload.
it'll show you if it's
It's giving output. What's the little gray button on the
press
right?
that button. Actually,
amps.
yeah, it'll show you amps. You press it again, and it'll show you amps time.
The volt amps.
Time, yeah, which is watts.
Gotcha. So Roland, did you design this?
The control
Yeah.
panel, yeah, I just made it match the.
You're into computers and stuff, from what I remember reading online, right?
I've been an IT consultant for the last
Yeah,
30 years, yeah.
And then,
But prior to that, I was a welder.
yeah, I
you know,
remember seeing that on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it's got hours.
Yep.
It's got an hour and then hours. So that must be the full.
So, yeah. So one, it says 0 because there's no hours on
Yeah,
it.
and is
But
that minutes?
that's minutes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So it'll show you
Sweet.
how many.
And it's got what's a little hourglass?
Maybe that's hours. Press it again. Okay. Is it still there? The hourglass.
It's still there. No big deal. I'm just curious.
Well, in the manual, I do know that at 100 hours, it'll show you a wrench icon
Okay.
to remind you to change
Yeah.
your oil. And like if the overloads or if it has a high temperature shutdown, if there's an overload, it'll be a bolt of lightning up there.
Okay.
A little lightning bolt. And then if it's temperature shutdown, it'll be a temperature icon
Okay.
up there.
So I could use eco mode at night, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it
You
just gets it. Yeah.
they recommend starting it with eco mode off just to get it fired up. But yeah,
Let's try it again, right?
yeah. It's probably not warm enough for the choke to not kick in. So
Yeah. Let me try it again.
see, the choke is still kicking
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
There we go. And that's on.
Yeah.
And did you try the AC?
Yeah, I did
Good
try the
deal.
AC.
Well, Roland, I'm very thankful for this generator because I needed something very reliable.
Yeah.
Because my wife and I go and do these long charity bike rides where I'm riding the e-bike and she's driving the sag wagon. And last year we had the old one running good, we thought.
The generator.
Yeah, and we went on the trip and it wasn't reliable.
You had the old Nan, right?
Yeah, we had the own at 2.8 kW, and so it would die. It would run for a little bit and die. But we were very thankful, and God blessed our trip where we had the solar, and we got by okay during the day, right? And
Yeah, I
we
saw
were-
you had
yeah.
the charge controller
Yeah.
over there.
And then we were able to plug in every night. But this coming trip, we're going to be going through National Forest,
Oh yeah.
starting at West Yellowstone,
Oh yeah.
and so I needed a reliable generator. So
Yeah.
that's where you came
That's
in,
where I
Roland.
came
We're very
in.
thankful for that. So.
Well,
Two thumbs up.
hey, you know what? Same thing with me, man. I want to travel. Well, that was my whole idea. I didn't realize the generator was going to tie me down and I wouldn't get to travel. But
Yep.
the whole idea for me having a dependable generator so I could go places, man.
Yep. Yep.
I was able to do Florida for a few months, and once I got the prototype tested, I've been working ever since.
You're like, yeah.
I haven't posted any videos in a while, and I know people think I've stopped building them
Yeah.
or something, because I haven't posted a video in almost a year now, over
yeah.
a year. Yeah, I've done I don't know how many more installs, and I got the videos. I recorded them.
you
I'm
just
gonna post them all at once.
You gonna do it all at once?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it with yours.
Well, Roland, just a huge thank you to you for your ingenuity and designing this thing and making it available to the rest of us.
You said you're an engineer, right?
Yeah, I work at a place that does orthopedics. Warsaw, Depew Synthes. They do hip and knee replacements.
Oh yeah.
So I've been working there about 10 years.
Oh, so that's why you were asking me about my operation.
I was interested. I don't know a lot about the wrist, but I used to work at a place called Acumed where we did things for the wrist.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't that familiar with the the operation you're getting ready to do. But
Okay.
That's
Did I gave you the
yeah.
Did you
and
look it up?
I looked it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Where they kind of take a tendon and they move it over
Yeah.
to the thumb.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
looking forward to that at
Yeah.
all.
Well, I hope it goes well for you.
I may not do the surgery.
Okay.
I not that surgery. I do have a back surgery that I have to do, But the hands, I'm trying to avoid that, man. My sister had that surgery, and I mean, she doesn't complain now. She says, one hand is weak, and the other one feels pretty normal. But her hand, to me, looks deformed. Her thumb is now shifted.
Okay.
And that's major stuff, man.
Yeah.
If I can avoid it, I'm gonna try to make it through the next year. Because when they do the injections, steroid injections, I feel a lot better.
You're pretty good.
I'm good for 30 days, 60 days, and the doctor said you can take them, every 90 days if you want.
Good.
Yeah, the steroid injections.
Do you think it's is it part of like a genetic thing, or is it from all
it
your
is,
IT work, like typing and stuff?
It's got to be genetic because they say women are more prone to get this than men. 10 times more likely.
Oh yeah.
And since my sister had it and I have it, then I figure it's got to be genetic because I haven't worked with I do not believe that using a keyboard for 30 years would do this. And of course, I wasn't sitting in front of the keyboard typing all the time. I was a consultant. I barely used the keyboard.
Meetings and,
yeah, setting up networks and stuff like that. So, no, I don't think it has to be genetic because I haven't really done enough manual labor with my hands. Even when I was doing welding and fabrication, that only lasted a few years. And there's tools to do the heavy lifting. Even now, building these generators, the only thing that really bothers me is those wiring harnesses.
Yeah.
Because you got to use your hands as opposed to everything else I use tools for. So.
And you got that ATV lift you use for
putting a generator in the but I mean there's really not a lot of hard work to building this generator. It's tedious and time consuming, but and the installation is not even hard. It's just those wiring harnesses, all the little clip ends and the taping and just it's all with your hands. Even wiring under here, there's a the box, that you.
Oh yeah.
In fact, you can raise that up.
Yeah, let's take a
You
look
see
at
that?
it.
So you see that box right there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, inside of there is where the generator comes in the back. Remember, and it ties into your wiring inside of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to put those wire nuts on. Oh man, you talking about painful?
I'm trying to get
But
it in
you
there.
gotta do it with your hands.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good deal.
Now your old wiring is still down there. I just left it down there. I didn't, the one that comes from the original generator connection.
Because it's got probably another wire going to the
I don't
pump
know.
here. Right?
Well, it's probably not related hooked into the generator. I'm just saying, I just left it down there.
Yeah.
If you see some wires hanging down there that with tape on them like you had.
Yeah, no problem.
But did you test anything? You didn't test the water heater. You didn't test
I got to do that. Well, I thought about it, but
go ahead and fire it up. It might not choke this time because it might be warm enough.
Let's try this. I got the eco off.
Nope. See, no choke. It just started.
Okay, now let's try this, right?
Air conditioner.
Now it's probably got enough amps to run this and the water heater both, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that thing, these air conditioners. Look. Well, now look at your thing. Press the button. It'll show you how many amps it's drawing. 8 amps.
Drawing 8. Oh, cool. As an engineer, I love data. This is cool.
Yeah, having your now that's the so you turn on the water heater.
Yep.
So it went to 17. It's a 25 amp generator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think it can handle a microwave?
Yeah, it can handle a microwave.
I mean,
at the same time?
Yeah.
With the air conditioning?
Right.
I wouldn't. I turn off the. You can try it. I know what it's going to do. It's going to overload. It's not going to shut down. But go ahead and turn it on. Let's see what happens.
I got some Pepsi in here, but just a second.
Just going to second.
I'll put 10 seconds on it.
Well, don't leave it running for 10 seconds. You're eating up the Pepsi. All right, so it's showing 17, 17.5 right now. Did you press go?
Yeah, it's going.
All right, so it's at 28:30. See, that's max right there. And the overload light is blinking.
Shut it off.
Yeah. Now, if you turn off the water heater, now try it.
Now try it?
Yeah. Now, you can do the water heater. The microwave and the air conditioner, no problem. So it goes to 20.
20. Excellent.
No problem.
Good deal. I'm impressed, Roland. We are in business for another bicycling trip to raise money for Malawi,
you know
Africa.
what? That was a good teaching moment right there.
I should have shut that
You're
off.
supposed to shut off all the loads.
I kind of I kind of know that, but I didn't. I got too excited. Okay,
Yeah.
let's. I'll do a practice run again.
Okay.
That one was off.
That's off already? Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, because I've known that from the past, but I got a little too giddy here.
Yeah.
I'm too excited.
Eco mode off.
Off.
Now, you don't have to hold the starter. I mean, you know.
You just hit it once?
Yeah, just hit it.
So I should have done this. Off of that.
Turn that off.
And then.
And now you can check your load right now. Press the gray button. It'll tell you if you got any load. So it's still 1.1, but that's probably your battery charger.
Okay.
You know, that's anything under 3 amps. I think it's okay to shut it down.
Yeah, it's probably good I did that once, so then I'll remember next time.
Good.
Especially since I know I'm on camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I start again, I can just hit the button. Okay.
There you go.
You don't have to hold it on till.
I mean, just
hold it.
You can hold it a second. Oh, yeah.
Or you'd have to go. You know.
Yeah.
You'd have to keep the starter going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hold it long enough for it to start, but once you hear it fire, you can let it go. Yeah. Oh, you know it has a pull starter as well, right?
Yeah, I think I saw it in the video.
Yeah, backup pull starter.
Now we don't need to. Mind if we peek in the?
No, yeah, we can look inside.
Oh, it's right. Is it?
No, it's inside of there, so you have to take the door off. This is a backup pull starter.
Okay.
So
are these just thumb screws?
Yep. Just
okay.
Was it tight?
Yeah.
It should be tight.
It was relatively tight. Yeah.
You want them tight because you know the vibration might cause them to back out. I haven't had anybody call me and say, "Hey, I need another thumb screw."
So that front plate just.
The whole door comes off. Matter of fact, go ahead and take it, and I'll show you how to take that door off.
Okay.
Because there's a certain way we have to get it out of there.
Now, any grinding you did in there, do I need to?
I've already painted it.
You already painted it?
Yeah.
Sweet. See, you're a step ahead of me.
Yeah, you know I've done this before.
Yeah, it's a little ahead for you. I was just really glad to get that old one out and get that undercoating before you.
Yeah. So that stuff was so sticky, I had to wash my hands about 22 times, man. And I say wash my hands, I had to use, you know, that gunk or goo remover or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Goo Gone.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
All right, so as you pull it out, come on, you're doing right. Pull it out. Now, ease it up. Now, come on up. Now, pull out the top.
Pull the top out.
Yeah, now you can get it up.
Okay.
And then, of course, to put it back, there you go. That's where
I don't like putting stuff on concrete that's painted. I'm kind of finicky.
Right.
So there's a pull start right there.
Yep. And it's like I say, it's a backup. It's emergency, so it ain't the most convenient to get to, but it is there. And in fact, you know, and then you see the oil change thing.
Yeah. Here's the fill, right?
Right. And below that is the drain plug.
Is that it right there?
Yep. That's the drain
Okay, and then
plug.
you pop this thing
pop
out
that
to drain
out
it.
To drain it. Yep.
And then so is this eco mode? And
yeah, same as inside.
Okay.
However, those have to be in neutral position, which they're in now. So you'll see the red switch is in the center position, run, and the top switch is in eco on.
Which is
because eco mode on is really just idle.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So if I start this out here, do I need to go inside and turn it on?
You do.
Okay.
You do. Yep. If you want to control it from out here, you have to have those switches inside in the neutral position and vice versa.
Okay.
Good
deal. Should I try it?
If you want. You know, I mean,
it's up to you. How much time you have?
No, I'm good. So what you want to do in there is put eco mode on.
Yeah.
And put the start red switch in the center position.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then, you know, you just start it up normally.
And then here, leave this as is?
You can put eco mode, put it off, you know, because you're supposed to start it with eco mode off.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to pull start it? Okay. Well, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead and pull start it.
Yeah, I want to just test it out.
So you pull that out.
Get it out where I can get to it.
Yeah. Now.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Now, turn it off. I want to show you something else. Okay. Now, if it was cold and you need to choke it, your batteries are dead. You have no other option, you know. So you got to come out here and pull start it. That's a magnetic 12-volt choke. So you have to choke it manually. Here it is right here.
Yep.
So you just push that in.
Push that in.
And hold it while you pull the starter.
Gotcha.
So that's you know, like I say, in case of emergency, you have to come out here and pull start it.
Yep.
That's how you do it. And that's so you have to choke it. So that's how you would choke it. Okay. If it's cold, if it's warm like it is now, you don't have to choke it.
Now, when I leave this, I want to leave when I use it like normal from inside.
Right.
I want this on.
Right.
And this in the middle.
Yep. There you go.
There, I think it's in the middle.
There you go.
And then change oil every 50 hours or so?
Well, you do your first oil change at, how often are you going to use this generator? You going to use it quite a bit?
Well, I'm going to, in the winter time, I'll just cycle it like every Saturday just to keep it going. But in the summertime, on that trip, we'll probably run it quite a bit.
So what I was recommending to everybody is your first oil change at 8 hours. Just because there's some metal fragments in those new engines, and I think it's a good idea to get those out, okay?
Yep.
Then you change it again at 25 hours because that's considered break-in, and it has break-in oil in it, just conventional 30 weight.
Okay.
Once it's broken in, if you want to, you can use synthetic.
So
if you want to.
I like to use Mobil 1.
Yeah, then you can use Mobil 1. You can use the same thing you run in the front up there, and and you can. But after it's broken in, because synthetic is so slick, it won't allow these rings to seat. If you don't, if you use that.
What weight would you use if you use the Mobil 1? Then once it's
1030.
1030.
Yeah, that's what we use in the front, right? And
I think I looked it up. This one had like a Euro, like a 030 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well, as long as it goes to 30 weight.
Whatever the internet said for the.
Yeah, well, this thing recommends 30 weight, but you can get away with 10W30. I mean, it's just a lawnmower engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for 6.5 horsepower.
Good deal.
But it's been a great generator. I've got over 1,500 hours on mine now.
Really?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep, almost 1,600 hours.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put this cover back on unless there's any tips and tricks. So fill. That's where we
drain. Oh, air filter. Can you figure out how to clean your air filter? And you see your fuel filter.
Here's the air filter.
Right. Under the bottom there's a little latch that you unclip. Look under there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Just flip it over.
Yep.
Okay. Now you can take that cover off, and you have to pop it out at the top. There's a little catch at the top. All right, and then you get your foam filter out of there. Now you can see there's a little hole in there. Stick your finger in that hole, and then you can, there you go. Sweet. And then it has that little thing back there, and so you can clean your air filter.
Yep, good deal.
Yeah.
So thanks for the tutorial. While I've got the master designer with me, I'm gonna learn everything I can.
Yeah, and all that stuff is either in the manual or in your. I have an addendum that I'll give with you with it as well. You hiding from the camera?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, okay. Well,
she doesn't like. She's a little camera shy, but that's okay.
Camera shy.
If you can catch her
Thank
for a little.
you for what you did for us.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you can catch her on the camera from far away, that's okay.
She doesn't mind far away.
She's my sag wagon driver, and she did a fantastic job. 1,300 plus miles from Astoria, Oregon to West Yellowstone, Montana. And she drove this thing through the mountains.
Oh yeah.
And you know what she said at the end?
What?
Because I didn't know. This wasn't her idea of a perfect vacation, right? Out driving by herself through the mountains. She said, I enjoyed it and I'm ready for next time. Next year. Yeah.
Wow.
Some words to that effect.
All right, so no, we got to put it in the bottom first.
So stick that down.
Slide that in and slide it in as far as you can get it at the bottom, and that'll help the top. It's a tight fit, but hey.
Bet it goes.
There you go, yep.
There we go.
And then start with the 5 o'clock with your thumb screws.
Okay.
And then
start with this one.
Yeah. And then go clockwise, and you should get them in with no problem. Don't tighten it all the way. Just tighten it enough to. And like if it's running, like if you came out here to start it, then you have to tighten it up enough to keep it from backing out while you're putting the other ones in. But you want to be able to slide that door around just a little bit to get the other holes lined up.
Yeah, just like doing lug nuts, right?
Yeah.
Just pretend like it's a wheel.
Yeah.
And run straight 87 octane, what comes out of the gas tank?
Yeah, whatever you run in the front, that's what's going to come out the back here.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I've got a 2001 instead of a later one, because
you can run regular?
I can run regular.
Oh my God, I have to run, I don't run premium, but I run the mid-grade.
I could probably get better fuel mileage if I did. Maybe I'll experiment around with it a little bit.
How long have you had the Rialta?
Just about a year. Got it in November last year. I bought it from a gentleman in Ohio. And You know what? This has been a garage a lot. Otherwise, the decals wouldn't have been in so good a shape, you know?
I see how nice they are, man. When you drove up, I was like, yeah, this one deserves a good generator.
I wanted to take, and I want to take good care of it because, you know, these,
The resale value.
they don't make them anymore.
Nope. And the resale value is good if you take care of it.
And we're all set there, aren't we?
That's center and eco mode on. Yep.
Eco mode on? Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
All right.
We're all done but the paperwork, huh?
Oh, yeah. And then you got your nice new tailpipe sticking out of there.
Yeah.
The muffler and all.
Sticks right out. That opening was right there.
Lines up with the opening, yep.
Sweet. Looks good. There's the flex pipe.
Yep, and it has that heat shield on the flex pipe.
Yeah, oh good.
That helps, you know, keep it from getting warm under it. And I haven't had any problem with heat. The only time you'll have problem with it overheating is if you park over tall grass.
Okay.
And it's running, you know, that heat will go down. If the wind's not blowing to blow that heat away, it'll just rise right back up inside. I've experienced that.
Okay.
It will overheat if you recirculate the hot air that's blowing out the bottom.
Well,
Did you feel that hot air that blows out the bottom?
I didn't.
Go ahead and crank it up, and yeah, you can do it from out here. Just press the button. I want you to feel the air that blows out the bottom.
I got some of that stuff on there. Look at that. So
you just fire it up. No, you can leave it on eco mode. It's warm now. That's really a cold thing.
Wow, that's quiet. 2 thumbs up.
Now put your hand under there, near the front.
Oh yeah.
You feel it near the front?
From right here.
You see how much air blows out of that thing?
Yeah. So that's just air. That's not the exhaust. That's just,
No, that's just the
like
fan.
cooling.
It's a cooling fan. Yeah.
Okay.
And if your hands are cold, you can warm your hands that way. Oh, that fuel is dropping. Yeah, it does that. It has. You see the hoses at the bottom.
Is this just condensation?
No, that's gas.
Okay.
It has an overflow in the carburetor.
Okay.
And you'll get a few drops every now and
But
then.
not much?
Yeah, usually when you first start it up and when you shut it down.
Gotcha.
Since you're an engineer, I thought you'd appreciate the ventilation portion of it.
That's cool.
In fact, I got one in the shop on the bench if you want to look at it.
Oh yeah.
That I'm building.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shut this one down.
Shut it down from the inside so that way you don't have to change the switches.
There you go.
Oh, another teaching moment.
Yeah.
You always want to make sure one of the switches is in the off position when it's not running, because if not, it's like leaving the ignition on in your car.
Okay.
That's something else I learned by experience. I tried to use that momentary switch that came on the original panel, and I burned up it's called an igniter, because it was on for 4 months. And it started, you know, it would cut out every now and then, and next thing you know, it went out completely. And when I switched that igniter out, because I had to buy another generator to start swapping parts, that was the first thing I swapped out. And no, I think I did the spark plug first, but I was able to find that it was the igniter, and then it dawned on me that the ignition had been on for 4 months straight, even when the generator wasn't running.
Okay.
So on the inside, when you shut it down, you know, you just
make sure
it's always in the off position when it's not running.
So the default for this would be eco mode on, right?
Eco mode on, right?
And then this one in the middle.
Right.
And that's what it's on right now.
Right. So you can close it up. You can even leave it running while I show you the one inside if you just.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because it is new. It needs breaking in.
Good deal.
And then I'll show you this one I got on the bench and see what you think. Because this one here is not finished, and so it's wide open, and you can see on the inside of it.
Well, I really appreciate you emailing me a couple weeks ago and letting me know you had a couple more coming on.
Oh yeah, well you were next on the list, so.
Good deal.
All right, so you see this here, and there's you can see all the guts inside, but I just wanted you to see this slot back here.
Yeah.
See the inverter mounts right here. In fact, where's the inverter? Here's the inverter with the mounts on it. See here?
Okay.
And
so it mounts right here.
And then the 4 holes right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
All the connections go in there. But yeah, look at this wiring. I'm not finished with the wiring harness. That's just the little connectors that go on the end. Now this one's finished. This one and this one.
Cool.
Wait a minute. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
So you had to figure out how to reposition the engine and the inverter from
Yep.
the one that just came out of Harbor Freight.
Yep.
Take off the gas tank and all that, and then
Yep.
and then you designed this to fit in, and just figured out how to pack all the contents in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not that difficult. I had to modify the air box to that was the only thing I had to cut down,
Okay.
was the air box. Everything else fits.
And then that air coming out right here.
Yeah, coming out the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Right. It goes, see, it comes through here. It
Yep.
comes in over here. There's a fan in there. Goes across the coils for the generator, the armature and all that. It comes up through and across the head, Then it goes out through the hot air box and down.
Okay.
And see, the
Wow.
exhaust pipe comes off of here as well. And so it comes out the bottom now.
Yep. Yep.
And that's the hot air chute. Oh, while we're here, you see this little rubber gasket here?
Yep.
Always make sure that is down, because it's not tied down in any way. It's a tight fit, but just make sure that it's
Okay.
down. If you ever peek in there.
You mind if I take a picture of that just to remind me?
Oh, go ahead.
It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There you go.
Cool. So you got 1,500 hours on yours, on your first one,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's in your rig.
yeah.
That is cool.
And you gotta excuse my.
Well, that's up to you.
But if you look, if you just press the button, even while it's not running, you can see the hours.
well, I believe you, but
No, I just wanted to see it. You just press the button, and the same as yours. You press the button, can you see?
1971.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be afraid to run this thing.
No.
Yeah.
That's when you gotta run it, man.
I mean, like the old owner that was in there,
Uh huh.
19 years old, only 57 hours on it.
See.
I mean, that's his problem, right?
Right. That's the problem.
It's probably all gummed up.
There's an
inside.
old man right there.
Yeah, my
And under
wife
that
said.
tarp is a generator.
My wife thought I was going to bring the old one down. I said, no, he didn't want the old one.
Nah, I don't want it.
I might give it to somebody for parts if they want it.
Yeah, put it online or something. Somebody may need it.
Yeah.
But can you hear your generator?
Oh, it's
Nice and quiet.
It's nice and quiet.
Man, you ought to hear these things run. Those generators I got on the trailer. Oh my God, I feel sorry for the neighbors. When I don't get
yeah.
enough sun, I run the generator to charge the batteries back up.
Yeah.
And to do maintenance on the batteries,
Yeah.
you have to do the equalization and stuff like that. And you talking about wow, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Those are what are those, like a 5,500 watt?
That's a 9,500. That one's a 9,000.
Did it come with a generator?
Nope.
No.
I have to buy those.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, those probably are loud. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No enclosure around them, really.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Good deal. Well, thank you so much. That's what this little rig needed.
Yeah, it looked so good when you drove up.
Yeah. We still have the decals from our trip, and I don't know if we're going to change them for the next trip.
So where was the trip to?
Yeah, this was that bike ride.
Okay.
So we drove this rig all the way to Oregon,
Uh-huh.
and we started there in Astoria, which is there at the mouth of the Columbia River, and we took what's called the Trans-America Bicycle Trail, and it's like mostly 2-lane highways through the mountains.
Uh-huh.
And I was on my e-bike to help raise awareness for clean water in Africa. So the idea is this will get clean water. The way it turned out, 5 villages or so will get clean water in Malawi.
Based
Based
on
on all the people donating to the cause. So
okay.
we're kind of helping raise awareness. So
Okay.
so we pass along the praise to God. We're just a little piece of the puzzle here. And we have Matthew 10:42, which is a verse that says, anyone that gives a cup of cold water
Uh-huh.
to a child will not lose their reward.
Oh, really?
So that's somebody at Design Outreach. Named Rhonda. She kind of had this idea based on that Bible verse. We call it the Golden Cup Ride. So that's why we call it the Golden Cup Ride.
Ah.
So the idea is that was stage 1, 2020, and the idea is continue the stages every year, one at a time, until we make it clear to Virginia, the East Coast. So
Wow.
if that all works
I want to
out.
do bike ride across America one day.
Yeah.
I have I bought an e-bike because of my knees and my back now.
Yeah.
I bought a Pinarello Diodo. If you
Okay.
look it up, it's like 250 watts. It's just it helps you with the hills.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, you ride it like a regular bike,
Yep,
you
yep.
know. But if
But
you,
don't they help though? I mean,
it helps in the hills,
it
yeah.
helps you get out.
It helps you get out.
Well, and it helps in Indiana. It helps with headwinds.
Yep.
You know, but if you're like me, you get to put up with a lot of good-natured teasing. Like my coworkers that are cyclists, they're like, "You're cheating."
Yeah,
In
yeah.
fact,
I went through that, and I was like, but they're not going to be out there helping
like-
me up that hill or,
right.
or massaging my knees when it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you good-naturedly want to say, "Hey, how many thousand miles did you ride this year?"
Exactly. I was in Atlanta 2.5 months, and I did 1,700 miles.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a bunch.
Yeah.
That's a bunch.
Yep. I'm on
Yeah.
Strava.
I had an old boss. We were coming up to a stoplight leaving work a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
He's in his Jeep, and I'm in my e-bike, and he goes, "Cheater!" I mean, I don't mind. He's joking, and I'm thinking, "You're in a Jeep."
yeah, you cheat too.
What?
You know, at least I have to pedal. You know, my bike. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I had a few people say, call me a cheater or whatever, but I think a lot of them, maybe they were just ashamed to say anything. But they talked to everybody knew I had a bike. One person found out, the next day everybody knew it. I'm talking about a group of over 100 people.
Yeah.
You know, every time they came up to me, they didn't say hi. They just went straight to the bike and started looking it over. Because mine doesn't look like an e-bike.
Oh,
you can't tell.
Are the batteries in the tube?
It's in the down tube,
Oh,
and
neat.
I mean, it looks just like a regular bike. It's got a
That's
little
neat.
bitty motor in the rear hub.
Yeah.
You know, you can't tell by looking at it.
That's
And
neat.
the only way you can tell is that there's a button. There's a button on the top tube
Oh yeah.
that it's a lighted button, so they know it's battery power. You know, it's how you change the levels of assistance.
Yep. You got to look closely to see it.
Yeah, well, not at night though.
Okay.
It's bright, you know.
Neat.
So, but yeah, it's a great bike. If you look it up, there's a lot of. It has the e-bike motion system in it.
Oh yeah.
250 watt battery, 250 watt motor,
Yeah.
250 amp hour battery. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And I mean, it's not gonna pull you by yourself, but the way I ride it with the power off 90% of the time.
Wow.
And whenever, because that's why I bought it. I mean, I've done thousands of miles on a regular bike.
Yep.
I got that hybrid car, and it's like a hybrid bike, you know.
Yeah, you get to the hills. And
Yeah, yes, I got an electric lawnmower, man. I'm kind of into electric stuff. I got a Cybertruck on order. I doubt if I'll be able to afford it.
Really? That's
Yeah.
Cool.
But I probably won't be. I say on order, on reservation.
Yep.
Probably won't be able to afford it when the time comes. But if I am, and I want a truck,
Yeah.
and I'll buy it. But I bought a pickup when I got here. I bought a Tundra.
Oh yeah.
A 2016 Toyota Tundra, and it was so big and huge, and I only needed it a couple times to pull those trailers around and stuff. And after that, I mean, I said, well, you know what? You're gonna need it to buy all that lumber and stuff.
Yeah.
And but it was such a nice truck, man. I just couldn't keep it, man. I was like, and then my mother-in-law was getting rid of this thing, and this is a 2003. It had less miles on it than the 2016 Tundra.
That's a beautiful vehicle.
It's in great
Really?
shape, man,
Wow.
and it's I paid $4,000 for it.
Wow.
You know?
The body is perfect.
It's,
Of
yeah,
course,
it
we're
was
in Louisiana.
it was garage the whole
Forgetting
time
We're thinking
though.
Indiana, where everything's.
Yeah, there's no rust out here, but no salt. But yeah, it was in the garage the whole time, and so it's in great shape.
Yeah.
58,000 miles on it when I got it, you know, and I got 60 on it now. So even I don't drive much, but.
Well, you brought up a good point, Roland, and that is like a pickup truck. You know, I commute pre-COVID. I commuted pretty much every day to work, and now I'm working at home. But I got to thinking as I'm riding my bike back and forth, it weighs about 55 pounds without any gear. You know.
My
And
bike weighs 28 pounds.
Wow, that's a lot. That's
It-
light.
yeah, it's-
Mine's a heavy one, but I got to thinking though, when I'm not driving that, I'm transporting the same guy that's 200 plus pounds with 5,500 pound truck.
Exactly.
And it's like, why aren't there 100 times more bicycles
Yeah.
on the road
Yeah.
and 100 less time? And I'm not against people riding trucks. I got one.
Right.
But it doesn't make sense to have 5,500 pounds of metal hauling around the 200
Exactly.
plus pound guy.
One person
Yeah,
driving around in
yeah.
a. That's why I bought that hybrid out there. That little two-seater.
Oh.
That's a two-seater.
Is that a Prius?
No, that's a Honda CRZ.
Oh,
So if you remember the CRX,
Yep.
that's the next version.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And I get about 40 miles a gallon with that thing. So, and it's a 2-seater. So when I travel long distances, that's why this thing, I haven't hardly put any miles on it.
Yeah.
Because because it's a gas guzzler. This here still gets only 15 miles a gallon.
Yeah. But if you got to tow something, then
right.
Yep.
And when I'm going to Harbor Freight to pick up 4 generators, I can get 2 generators in the back of there. Yeah, I can get 2 generators. That's how I've always hauled them before.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, Roland. This is really an answer to prayer, because not that I've been praying for the right generator to come along. It came along when I saw your website, about a year ago, probably.
It's been that long, yeah.
Yeah, I forget.
That's about right. Yeah. Because I saw you had a pretty long email chain.
Yeah. I hope you didn't mind. I kind of over-communicate sometimes. Yeah. Good deal. Well, thank you much. Shall I do the?
That's right. You haven't paid yet, have you?
Just pay this. The
invoice. Yeah, the same way you did before.
Pull the same one up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that right now.
Yeah, I forgot all about the money part.
Well, I thought you might want to seal the final
deal
payment while we're here.
Yeah. Yeah, that would help. That way I can afford to eat this month.
Yeah, so I'll go to.
So were you just looking up the email that you had?
Well, I went to PayPal.
Oh, so you're there already?
Yeah.
You'll see it in there?
Yeah, it'll go into recent activity. Where was that? It went more. Here we go. It'll go to invoices somewhere. I don't know my way around PayPal very well.
Well, I do know you can go to the email. There's a link in the email, and it'll take you right to it. There goes Mr. Mike Cook. He's pulling out now. His wife, they rented a car, so she's got to get out, or one of them is going to drive the car. But yeah, we had a long conversation. We had a lot in common with bikes and Rialtas and traveling. So hopefully I'll get to do some traveling soon. He's I forget where he says he's going, but he's going to be riding his bike, continue his ride across America on his bike. So that's cool.